is it hard for you to break out of the Knuckles speech pattern? Because I know it's like a different voice, but it's also a very distinct speech pattern.
No, it's not easy to break out of it because he's so monosyllabic. And when you're doing it all day and then, you know, someone asks you a question, you're just like, what? What do you mean? You know, I can't help it. My wife's like, why are you talking like that? Knock that off.
Keanu, for you being involved in things like comics now, has that given you a greater appreciation for films like Sonic?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's 4
That's a
years.
lot of yeses.
Yes.
A deep, deep appreciation.
Yes. Yes. No, just, I mean, I've always recognized the production value of it, but I think going through comics then kind of helped me feel get a little more sense of how much their influence is and what they're doing homage to, and then also creating their own kind of visual style and storytelling.
Growing up, who were your favorite fictional characters? So it could be books, movies, TV, any of the things, any of the fictionals, radio.
Back in my day.
The Orson Welles cast of now.
Welcome to the radio hour. No, I was anything animated the Flintstones, all of the Looney Tunes, the Muppets. Those were all my Super Friends.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on, but anything animated.
Okay.
For me, it was always the outsiders and the weirdos and the left of center. So anything Tim Burton. And I also really loved Jim Carrey because he was like, his face was made of rubber and he was so funny and he's just like this beautiful artist in like the biggest way. So that was the stuff that I was really into as a kid.
Oh.
Well, I'm much older than you, so
Oh man, some of my favorite. Oh God, this is hard when you are on the spot. I used to
Yeah.
watch Rugrats a lot.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And I really liked them, but I don't know if they were my favorite. Who I loved the Smurfette. You know,
The only girl?
Yeah,
Very blue,
the
very
only girl,
thematic.
oh my gosh, yes. I love Smurfette. Who did you like?
Well, I'm again quite a bit older than you, so Citizen Kane I just had on a loop when I was young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was
Willy
a joke.
Wonka and the Chocolate
Willy
Factory.
Wonka, actually, Gene Wilder. Yeah.
Okay.
that
Gene
was
Wilder,
pretty cool.
Sound of Music.
But animated characters
It doesn't have to be animated.
doesn't have to be animated.
No,
just
no,
fictional,
just-
fictional
yeah.
characters.
Yeah, Willy Wonka's like my favorite.
Yeah,
one of my
that's a pretty
favorites.
good one. Good call on that one.
Yeah, I was obsessed with musicals, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. You missed a War of the Worlds reference right there. Like, you could have gone even further than
You
Citizen
could have
Kane,
gone
'cause
way
that's
back.
the joke I
Orson
made
Welles.
earlier.
Yeah, I could
Because
have.
I was like, radio? And that's the only
1989.
option. Yeah.
You would have said 1989.
I just love the Marx Brothers. I was there right when
Forget
they
that,
came
the
out.
Lumiere brothers.
Chaplin.
You're like, you know, like that movie with the cheese
Duck
in the
Soup.
face? Yeah.
My favorite.
On a loop, on the
Yeah.
inability to play it on a loop.
Crush on or just normal favorite fictional
You
character?
can decide.
Favorite fictional character is probably Milhouse from The Simpsons.
Okay, now I have to know the crush on answer.
Crush on answer. Listen, there hardly was a Disney princess that I didn't have a crush on. I was a huge Disney princess fan.
Okay.
So those especially. Who else? I mean, it would take too much. Jessica Rabbit's too easy. I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
It's too
That's
easy.
low-hanging fruit.
That's like how all the girls say like Robin Hood, the animated Robin Hood. Everybody had a crush on the animated Robin Hood.
A section of the girls.
I'm gonna
did.
think about it. A second,
Okay,
sorry,
a second, yeah.
A second.
So I don't know.
What is the one-to-one from Jessica Rabbit? What is the female? What do you that someone who?
I think it's Aladdin, actually.
Really?
Like, I mean, not for me, but like, I think. He's the only he doesn't have our shirt on the whole time, like, right? I don't know. I've never been bounced back with that question.
I'm learning a lot.
before.
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a
Yes.
lot.
Probably Han Solo, I think.
That's my answer. How dare you?
Oh, amazing.
No, I know.
No, Star Wars, I come from visual effects. When I saw Star Wars back in the early 80s, it's what made me fall in love with visual effects and what visual effects can do for storytelling. And yeah, that was the first 10 years of my life was in visual effects and animation. And now I just feel very fortunate to get to sort of use that experience and to make these Sonic films.
Okay, so I also came from VFX. So my question to you is, logistically, what was the most challenging scene? You don't have to go to spoilers, but just like ballpark.
No, it definitely was the first meeting between Ivo and Gerald, and it wasn't even it was a technical sort of challenge, but also it was really just creatively and just from a production standpoint, how do we support Jim in this very ambitious endeavor of playing two characters, because it's so hard. I mean, all the little and that scene in particular, because there's this moment where where Ivo doesn't necessarily know if he believes Gerald is really his grandfather, and he's like quizzing him, you know, it's like rapid fire, and he's asking him all these questions, and the answers and all the timing of that was just, there was zero margin for error. And so when we filmed that scene and we're done with it, and I think everyone breathed a sigh of relief because it was great. It was such an awesome introduction to Gerald's character, first time seeing the two Robotniks together. But yeah, no, of everything in the movie, I think that was the one that from a complexity standpoint would take the top prize.
I can understand why. There's a little bit of speed math in that little quiz between them, and this is not the first time Keanu has been referenced in the Sonic franchise. So when you were like, hey, Keanu, and he said yes, how much elation did you feel? Or were you just like, oh my God, I have to direct Keanu now?
No. I mean, just a watershed moment of happiness, because I knew what it was going to mean to the fans, because it was just, everyone had been so vocal online about who they wanted to be Shadow, and then to get to formally, you know, announce it and say yes, like Keanu, like he said yes, and then he was going to do it. So no, just awesome.